Willie's going to be up first. Willie, thanks for taking some time. And as always, if you can please keep your mic muted until you have a question, and please do state your name and affiliation when you do have a question. Dave Ginsburg, we'll lead it off with you.
Hi, Willie. I'm hoping you had a good off season. Could you just take us through a little bit of how your workouts went and whether you saw the results that you were looking for?
Yeah, I had a great off season. With everything going on with the virus and all this craziness in the world, I was still able to get a lot of great work with my father. Started working out February until we reported last week, and I got the results I wanted. I feel faster. I feel lighter. I dropped like 7 pounds. I'm really feeling good at this weight. So I haven't been this weight since my first year in the league, and just feeling pretty good going into the season.
Thanks, man.
What's up, Snead? Kirk McEwen, 98 Rock. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Man, 27 years old. You're the old man in the room now. And I want to know what it's like, your transition from being undrafted out of Ball State, practice squad guy. Then you caught balls from one of the best ever in Drew Brees. And now you're working with Lamar. You're the leader of the room. Can you reflect on the journey?
Man, the journey's been awesome, man. There's been a lot of highs and lows, and I had to overcome a lot, especially coming in to the league. Like you said, I was an undrafted guy. Came into Cleveland, got cut, bounced around a couple practice squads, and landed in New Orleans. And I was definitely given the opportunity to just prove myself, for another camp, which I was blessed with. And it worked out for me. 3 seasons in New Orleans made me a better player, made me a better leader. Got to be around a lot of great guys over there down in New Orleans, and then the Ravens came calling me, man, and ever since then I haven't looked back. It's funny that I'm the oldest guy in the room now, and I still feel like a young man. I'm around all these young guys now, and they make me feel young. They push me, and we feed off each other. So just to be the oldest guy in the room is just an honor and a blessing, and I have to take that role on seriously and try to lead by example every day.
Willie, for attack coverage aside, sorry. Attack coverage. Okay, sorry. What kind of do you take on a mentor role for those younger players? What's your relationship, or what do you plan to kind of tell them as first year players in the NFL?
Yeah, it's a little different, especially for the rookies. They haven't had their usual off-season workouts, OTAs, minicamp. So, it's different for them. And I just try to lead by example, right now. And when they have so many questions, I just try to lead them by example, like I said, and then just give advice where I can. They're a young, hungry group, and they just want to learn on the run. So me as a leader in the room, I just got to, just give them the right advice, lead them in the right direction, show them how to be a pro, how to handle these situations that are coming up right now. But, so far they've been doing really good, man. They've been killing these workouts. I know they had their first day on the field today. And, I'm just happy with this group because we got a lot of great young guys.
Yeah, Willie, Ryan Mink from Ravens Media. Along those lines, just, what kind of sense do you get from those young players and their desire, particularly like a guy like Miles Boykin, let's say, to kind of prove themselves and have that, quote-unquote breakout year, and as a group for you wide receivers to kind of take this offense to another level?
Yeah, for us, it's just taking the next step. Like you said, we have a really young core of guys. It's not like we have like 7, 8 years in our room, but these guys are still learning on the run, and every year is important to these guys. Every practice is important. Every rep with Lamar is important. So, just being able to watch the film, learn from the mistakes, and continue to grow in the area as a receiver, catching the ball, running the routes, that just gives the coaching staff a lot of confidence that, we can pass at any down. It doesn't have to be third down. It doesn't have to be first. We can throw whenever. And that's just going to come with the volume of work that we get this training camp. And guys like Miles, guys like Marquise are going to take that next step because they expect that out of themselves. And we're all pushing each other. At the end of the day, these young guys coming in, they're hungry. They want to prove themselves at the same time. So there's going to be a lot of great, healthy competition I'm excited about. And, at the end of the day, guys are going to have to prove themselves, prove their worth, and get out there and make these plays.
Willie, Pete Gilbert at WBAL TV. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
with Brown, you see the transformation in person now. We've seen it online to the workouts. What strikes you the most about seeing him compared to when you last saw him in January?
I could tell he put on a lot of weight. He's put on a good amount of weight, and you could tell he's solid now. I know the first thing he said coming into the building is like, I'm trying to block somebody. I'm trying to set the tone in the running game, man. And I could just tell by his build that he took that part seriously. He wants to look the part. He wants to put on weight, and he did that. He was committed to, putting on a little muscle. And, the speed is always going to be there. I know he's healthy now. His foot's feeling a lot better. He's moving a lot better. I think now it's just time to get on the field. That's all we've been waiting on, run these plays, going against the defense, and just proving that part. So from just looking at him, man, he looks like a totally different kid from I saw last year. Super excited to see what he can do.
Willie, Mike Preston from the Baltimore Sun. Who were some of the
Oh, lost you there. Guys going in and out. Lost him.
Hello?
Yeah,
Still
go
there?
ahead. You're up now. I didn't hear the
All right.
question.
Question taught you how to be a receiver in the National Football League? And two, how about the art of blocking? How hard is that to learn in the NFL?
Say the first question. I heard the blocking question. What was the first question?
Who are some of the older guys that you learned how to be a receiver? Who taught you to be a receiver in the National Football League?
Okay. I think going into New Orleans, I learned from a lot of guys. When I was in Cleveland, I learned from Andrew Hawkins, Nate Burleson, just watching Josh Gordon every day, he was a crazy talent. And then when I got to New Orleans, Marcus Colston was somebody that really taught me how to play the slot game. Because when I came there, I was an outside guy. I played a lot of X, I played a lot of Z, but Marcus was the slot guy. And I didn't know how to watch film, really, and he taught me how to watch film. He taught me how to see coverage in the inside role. And, when he retired, I took on that role, and that's when I made a big jump as a slot receiver. So, Andrew Hawkins was huge just with the footwork, quickness, and then Colston really taught me how to, take it to the next level in the slot game. Because in college, I didn't really run in the slot. I was more of an outside guy, but Colston was a huge part of, my development in the NFL as a slot receiver. And then for the blocking part, that's just want to, man. That's just want to go in there and get dirty, get your guy, and then hope that Mark. I know Mark is gonna hit the hole. I know Gus is gonna hit the hole. I know Justice is gonna do his thing, and that's just my brother, man. That's want to at the end of the day. Get in there, get dirty, and handle your guy so you can get those big runs. Because at the end of the day, if you blocking your guy, our offense is gonna succeed, and you can see that. Last year, just being one of the best offenses in the league, breaking the rushing record. That's just all will and want to. And when you put that stuff on film, the young guys see it, they want to do it. You see teams around the league, guys are taking more effort in the blocking game. So, that's just a mentality at the end of the day to want to get in there and put a body on somebody.
This is Jameson from ESPN, Willie. Thanks for taking the time. Everyone keeps talking when they talk about the Ravens, talking about the next step for Lamar Jackson. From someone who catches passes from Lamar, what would you think would be what are you expecting from Lamar to take that another step this season?
I think his role as a quarterback is going to get better when he's in the passing game for sure. He made a lot of great strides last year in the passing game, but I think the outside game is what he really wants to take the next level, and like hitting the comebacks, hitting the out routes, hitting the hooks, throwing inside is so easy for him. He makes it look fluid, but I know when we were talking this offseason, he wanted to get better at, throwing the outside game, hitting the go balls, stretching the field a lot more. And, he's taking pride in that. And I think when he starts doing that, people are going to really respect him as a passer more than a runner. And that's kind of like where he wants to get better as the passing game. Because everybody knows what he can do when he runs. He's probably the most lethal threat in the NFL when he has the ball in his hands. But throwing the ball, I think he definitely wants to take the next step. And just seeing him in the last couple of days, my guy is going to be primed and ready to go.
Hey, Willie, Childs Walker with the Baltimore Sun. Wondering how you're adjusting to all the new protocols that are required because of the pandemic, and also kind of what's been your reaction as you've seen some of the difficulties that baseball has had as they've started up their season.
Yeah, I mean, coming in the building, it was different, man. It's an adjustment. You got to take these tests every day. Coming in, we had to wait a week to get in the building, which was different. But once we got it in the building, I could just tell the Ravens organization in itself took that next step of making sure everybody is safe. Everybody's doing everything they have to do to make sure that we're all being safe, staying clean, and just making sure that we're taking care of ourselves at the end of the day. I think as a professional, we're not going to be able to do a lot of things that we're used to doing, like going out to dinners, doing different activities, going out and stuff like that. You got to be a pro, man. You got to know what's on the line right now. And, the season's on the line. If guys test positive, that's going to be a problem. And, you always want to come up negative. You want to keep a positive attitude. That's what everybody's been saying around here. I think baseball is baseball. I don't know.
A time crunch compared to most years.
I think this year is even better because Lamar is in year 3. We have the same group of guys for the most part. We got a lot of young guys coming in, like I said before, but I just think Lamar has a good feel of the offense now. I feel like he has a great feel of the guys around him. And, just watching the film from last year, he sees where he can get better. He sees where we can get better as an offense. And I think as we get on the field every day, like we just doing little stuff with each other, just running through routes and then the walkthroughs, those are important. I just think Lamar is seeing it more and more and more each year. And I told him that. I told him, like, from year 2 to year 5, you're going to see a tremendous difference. And, he's in year 3 now. He's still so young. He's got a lot to learn still as a pro. But he sees the angles that he can get better at. And I just think that our offense is just going to get better in the passing game. And, it's going to start with Lamar, and he's doing his part to make sure that we take that next step.
We have time for one more for Willie.
Hey, Willie, this is Aaron Kasnitz at Penn Live. You mentioned dropping the weight to 7 pounds. I'm curious, how exactly did you do that aside from just working out, and why did you want to get to that weight? What does that mean for you on the field?
I think for me, I've been playing at like 200, 202 the past 3 years, and I think that was just really heavy for me, man. I didn't feel as good. I didn't feel as quick, as fast, and I think that affected me in the passing game a little bit, just creating separation, getting open, getting down the field a little bit faster. Some ways that I did that was just training in Florida, man. It's hot, it's humid, we sweating every day. My dad's got me on the pavement running, and just my diet as well, eating clean, trying to cut out the carbs, the sugars, all that stuff, man. Just being disciplined and trying to attack this 2020 year the best I can because this is my contract year. I'm up again, and I just want to get the best out of it. And I feel like dropping weight really helped me. And, I got my hand fully healthy now. There's no surgeries, no nothing. For me, I'm just excited for the opportunity to come out here with these young guys and to be able to push this offense to the next level. That's my expectations for myself. I'm here now. I feel great. And I'm just ready to go, man. I'm ready to play some football.
Amanda, why don't you close us out?
I'm Jimenez Lugo La Torre from Ravens Spanish Radio. Willie Snead, it's great to see you again. What are you going to miss on this training camp without fans?
Oh man, that's gonna be an adjustment, man. I know we look forward to the fans, the cheers, all that stuff, but we got to keep people safe, man. I think that's the number one priority is making sure that everybody's safe and healthy. I know it stinks, man. That's the worst part, especially on come game day. I know they're going to have a limited capacity, but, I know people are going to love football. I know just having football around is just going to bring people up. And I know they've been looking forward to sports. I know basketball's going. I know baseball's going right now. But when football comes around, man, can you imagine a fall with no football at all? I can't. So it's gonna be an adjustment without no fans, especially in training camp. But I know once we start rolling on Sundays, man, I know the whole environment in our nation is gonna change, man. I think people are just ready for football, whether it's at the stadium or it's at the house. So, we'll make it right. We're gonna make it fun, and I'm just looking forward to the whole football vibes again.
All right, Willie, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys. Good seeing you
guys.
guys.
We're gonna send everybody. All right, guys, we're gonna send everybody to a breakout room here shortly, and we'll be back with Hollywood.